dashboard will help users understand which segments are driving the growth of the category. The dashboard has the objective to identify detailed sales growth drivers across selected market segments. In the top of the dashboard, there are filters that can be used to filter and slice the data. Below the filters, various bookmarks are presented that enable you to look at the filtered data across various dimensions. The dashboard contains two charts. The left chart contains a breakdown of the total spend into a volume and average price per unit component. These components are then split further into subcomponents until you reach the highest level of granularity. Each component contains the absolute value and the growth rate. This enables you to quickly identify the growth drivers. The right chart allows you to plot the frequency growth versus the volume per trip growth, and the population growth versus the number of households growth for each of the selected dimensions. This allows you to identify the growth trends on a shopper level. We will now go through one example together. Let's look at the total hand and body care category from a LSM perspective. From the left chart, we can derive that the total spend within the category is up by 32.2%. When we look at the breakdown of the total spend, we can identify that this increase is largely driven by a volume increase of 37.7%. Going one level deeper, we can identify that the volume per buyer increase is driven by an increase in the number of trips per buyer, as well as an increase in the volume per trip. Let's shift our attention to Unilever in particular. From the right chart, we can derive that the LSM 1 to 4 shopper segment has largest growth rates for frequency and volume per trip. However, when we switch to the population versus penetration view, we can identify that Unilever has gained some penetration in this shopper segment, but not as much as in some of the other shopper segments.